Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you Week 6 of WWC. The Chicago Beartics taking on Spare and the Ottawa Sentrets. This is the first time I've played Spare since Season 1. I avoided him last season because I didn't want to play him or Shadow as the champion, and knowing what Shadow is as a battler. So, if I just brought Energy Ball Chandelier, I would have won that match versus Spare back in Season 1. But anyways, we've got the team here with Mega Metagross, Kieran Black, Mimikyu, Infernape, Manaphy, Jolteon, Nidoking, Mandibuzz, Whimsicott, Licky Licky, Meganium, and Corsola. Hopefully we can pick up a win going into the bye week. We're on a bit of a skid, but if we can get the win, go into the bye, and carry that momentum forward, make this season go a lot nicer. So, Spare is... where is Spare? OTT, there he is. Spare's rocking out with Land T again. Aegislash, Necrozma, Milotic, Goodra, Acelgor, Zarina, Regirock, Megadoom, Xerneas, and Regigigas. Even without Geomancy, that Xerneas is still scary. So slide this over here. So first up, we're bringing Mega Medi with Earthquake, Ice Punch, Agility, and Iron Head. Our speed stat is enough to beat Regigigas at base 100. We can't outspeed Acelgor, we can't outspeed Houndoom, so I'm running enough speed to beat a max speed Regigigas, even though its slow start has its speed. Max attack, and then the rest into bulk. Earthquake will hopefully rip through Aegislash. Regirock doesn't like it, Houndoom doesn't like it. Ice Punch for the Lando. Iron Head, well, Ice Punch for Zarina, even though it's not going to do a ton. Ice Punch for Goodra. Iron Head for the Xerneas. The biggest issue is this draws Milotic every single time, and there's nothing I can do to Milotic back. I wish I could carry Thunder Punch, but I'm carrying Agility, so one, I can be faster than everything except potentially like Scarfed Acelgor. But two, so I can get faster than Rock Polish Lando. Hopefully I can get an Agility off before he would get a Rock Polish off, and then I'd be faster than him. So I don't get EQ spanned, or so I get faster than a Scarfed Lando, potentially. We are bringing Mandibuzz here, whose item I have forgotten, and actually I haven't finished its EV spread. What item do I need here? He's bringing Lando in on this, which gets foul played. He's bringing Xerneas in on this, which I don't do anything to. This checks Aegislash. We're gonna go Rocky Helmet. Because if Lando hits me, Zarina hits me, Aegislash, Regirock, those all should be physical attackers, so we'll punish those. We are max HP, max defense, trying to take on all his physical threats. Xerneas basically comes in. I am not running Utility Burb. I'm actually running 3-attack Roost. U-turn to pivot out on the Xerneas, switch in and try and get into Metagross right away. Foul play to rip into Aegislash, to rip into Lando, to rip into Zarina. If he's physical Necro, I can rip through that. Knockoff is there for the Necro. Get rid of whatever its item is. I'm just really, really afraid of setup Necro, which is part of, and I don't have another Dark type besides Mandibuzz, which is why I am bringing Mandibuzz here. Xerneas does come in free on this thing every single time, which is why I have to pivot. I guess not free, but I have to pivot almost every single time I go into this as long as Xerneas is around, just to not get swept by it. Do have Life Orb Mimikyu here with Swords Dance, Drain Punch, Play Rough, and Shadow Claw, no Shadow Sneak. Drain Punch will rip through the Regigigas, the Regirock. Especially after Swords Dance, it'll rip through Mega Doom. Play Rough will beat the Doom as well. It beats Goodra. Shadow Claw beats down Aegislash. It's an Oko on the Aegislash, which is why I'm running it over Shadow Sneak, because I can live a Shadow Sneak from Aegislash, but I can't Shadow Sneak back and kill unless I chip it. So, and then plus 2 Shadow Claw or Play Rough will just obliterate basically his entire team. Speed stat wise, we're faster than Lando. That's really all the speed I needed, was to be faster than Lando. Max attack, a little bit of bulk. Dual Life Orbers, but with Sheer Force, Nidoking doesn't really suffer from it. Nidoking is suffering from 4 move slot syndrome really, really bad this week. I need a 5th move slot, but can't find one. Earth Power should rip through AG, should rip through Houndoom, should rip through Regirock. Sludge Wave will deal with Zarina, Xerneas as well. Ice Beam for the Lando, the Zarina. Selgor doesn't necessarily want to take Ice Beam. And then T-Bolt for the Milotic. Where I get the 4 move slot syndrome is T-Bolt or Shadow Ball to hit the Necro versus hitting the Milotic, because those are both his best checks. Lando doesn't want to check in because Ice Beam. Goodra, if it's AV, handles this very, very well, and if he switches into Goodra on this thing, I'll know he's AV'd or something. But the speed stat, we are outrunning Necro. Is where I put my speed stat at, was to outrun Necro. Trying 2-shot if I can with Earth Power or something. It depends on his build. By virtue of being faster than Necro, I should be faster than Milotic. I seriously doubt he brings a fully offensive Milotic. I think he brings probably the defensive Flame Orb set, which is going to be really, really annoying to have to break through, but that's where King sits. Manaphy with Waterium Z, Surf, Tail Glow, Energy Ball, Ice Beam. Not the Rain Dance set. The speed stat is to beat the Xerneas by 1 point, so I'll know if it's Scarfed if it hits me first. The goal is to get a Tail Glow up and then obliterate something with Water Z Surf. I can take out, depending on the Goodra's build, unless it's AV Goodra, I should be able to take out the Goodra that way. The +3 Surf should take out Goodra. Energy Ball is there to beat down Milotic. That might try to come in to a resisted hit. The Regirock gets blown back anyways. But yeah, mainly to stop the Milotic from coming in and just sitting there in front of me. And then Ice Beam just hits so well. +3 Ice Beam is a chance to kill Zarina. It definitely kills Lando. Definitely, unless it's AV Goodra, has a good chance to kill a Goodra. Finally, we're bringing utility support Whimsicott with Taunt, Encore, Defog, and U-Turn. Max HP, max Spadef. No speed investment. I want a slow turn with this thing. I'm already faster than a good chunk of his team without investment. Basically, this thing is designed to be super annoying. I can't taunt or encore the Houndoom, unfortunately, but I U-turn out on it and go into Manaphy every time. But if I can get taunt against the Necro, if I get taunt on the Aegislash, taunt the Lando, taunt the Milotic. Those are all extremely good options because Lando can't rock or Swords Dance or Rock Polish if he's that set. Agi can't Swords Dance or Autotomize. Necro can't set up its Store Power Sweep. Milotic can't recover, stall me. You get the point. Like, Taunt is very, very good for that reason. If something sets up in my face, like, Whimsy's going to be pivoting a lot around, which is why it's carrying leftovers, because if Milotic recovers, then I Encore it into Recover. Or if I taunt it first, and then it's just Scalding, I can Encore into Scald, and then go Manaphy and get set up and just go from there. Defog to clear hazards, because I don't really want rocks chipping me down. Plus Mandibuzz isn't carrying it. And then U-turn, like I said, to pivot. Around and around and around, I'll pivot until I can get things like... This would be an easy way. I go into... So I go in with this versus Milotic, and I taunt Milotic, and then I can U-turn into Manaphy, get a Tail Glow off, and try to punch some holes. Or I can get into Medi and get my agility up and punch some holes. Or I can get into Mimikyu and Swords Dance and maybe keep my Disguised intact, and then that would allow me to get to +4 and then rip holes through teams. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, is use Whimsicott to just pivot around and around and around. So hopefully we can pick up the win here. Go into the bye with the win, like I said at the beginning of the video. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap this here. Check out the links in the description down below. Twitter of Luca and Jaden. Go show them some love. Weather Gamer Discord, place where WWC resides, as well as the Weather Gamer Network. Best place to hang out outside these videos. And Twitch. Currently not Twitch streaming. Going to try and get back into it. Check that out. With all that being said, I'll get out of here. See you guys next time.